Good afternoon, everyone. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Evan Geyer. Teachers could go their own way on state and relationship subjects. Examples like competitive activities, creations, games, journaling, efficiency exercises, budgeting, chores, state pride, and student teachers. Today we have Michigan and Wisconsin. Michigan teaching theme manufacturing. Having large, reliable buyers is important if one wants to scale. Scaling operations is one of the best ways to reduce costs. Like rather than wrapping a bunch of mini candy bars, wrapping just one large candy bar can be more efficient. I'm going to have the regular size for my trick-or-treaters this year, so it's a little bit more efficient. This is what we got for the trick-or-treaters. And also 6-pack packaging. When focused on efficiency rather than customization, costs can fall. Like rather than scattered delivery, door-to-door delivery, and rather than stopping and starting the production floor, may continue operating and tasks may be streamlined to be simpler. The auto industry in Michigan, where when put to scale, can automate the process to reduce labor as well. Like a cutting board versus scissors, an efficiency example that where large quantities of demand scale allows efficiency exercises. So we got the scissors, and you can cut, and it's like customization. You get the exact one that you want. However, it's one at a time, or very few at a time. Versus if you got like a cutting board, you can obviously do more paper, stacks of paper, thick stacks of paper, maybe not that much on the cutting board, but half of it or so. And efficiency, you're just going to get a lot more done when it's not all about customization and when it's about efficiency and you're using machines. And that's just a few examples. Alrighty. So we got Wisconsin. The Wisconsin teaching theme, debt interest. People say we have left debt to future generations and our kids won't be well off as the current generation. However, the truth is, interest on the debt paid to the bondholders, so really those without money, families, young or old, owe principal and interest to those with money, which creates a have and have-not situation. The have-nots have to find a way to create more wealth than the interest due. Otherwise, they will remain a have-not. It used to be there were so many haves, they bid up the interest rate, and that was all right. However, this time it's different, where interest rates going up is weeding out the haves. So there's just less and less haves when the interest rates go up this time, versus before there were so many haves that they were competing and there were high interest rates, and it was a good thing. And you go down, and when you're going back up, it's not good the second time around. Alrighty, and then today for quality of life, we got the Apple, when you're running, they kind of come out a little bit. I don't know, it didn't really come out there. And then you got this one behind the ear. When you're running, it stays in. I like the ones behind the ear. I don't know how those AirPods sell very well. I think people must lose them all the time, or drop out of the ear, but or maybe it's just my ears. Anyway, that's quality of life. Pick your headphone that you like. I like the ones, obviously this one with the behind the ear to secure it. So when I'm on the treadmill or I'm running, I can keep them on. Alrighty. That's Wisconsin and Michigan debtness and efficiencies. We got to get real efficient, and we don't get anything customized if we owe money, I guess. If we're not one of the haves. If we're one of the haves, then we just let the haves not work. But there's less and less haves and more have-nots according to the interest rates. All right, see ya, and talk to you later.